Hey there, Internet. So I decided just for kicks after I showered this morning that I would do my hair like I used to in high school. Which is to say that I got out of the shower, shook it down, and then didn't do anything with it, including putting product in it or combing it or anything whatsoever. And I am now reminded, based on how it looks, why I stopped doing that. However, I do really like the way it feels. It's remarkably free and relaxed, not having all that producty goop stuff in my hair. Plus, I can shake it back and forth, which is so much more fun, and then make myself very lightheaded. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be the next Willow Smith. So I don't remember if I've talked about this to you guys before. Who knows? I lose track. It's been 300 videos. Give me a break. But I've got a job right now for the summer working at my church doing media kinds of things. And as a part of that job, even though I am technically just an intern, I've actually had to take on some responsibility. I send out emails, organize meetings with people, request people's help for things. This past week, my church has been doing VBS, and I've actually kind of been in charge of a team of photographers who were taking certain pictures every day, and I would like go and check up on them and be like, yo dog, how you doing today? Is the stuff going good? I realized that sentence really didn't have any actual meaning, but it's fine. But as I've been taking on some of these responsibilities, I've had to wrestle with this fact that I feel like I shouldn't have any responsibility. You see, when you're a kid, you're not really allowed to have responsibility. And so as a result, you get used to the fact that, someone else will probably be making decisions. I shouldn't really have a say here. I don't really know if I'm qualified to input on this particular scenario. In short, ask somebody else. I don't know what I'm doing because I'm just a kid. At least that's the way I was when I was a kid. Maybe I'm weird. I am weird. Maybe I'm also weird in that regard. And I always kind of had this assumption that once I grew up and, graduated from college, got my first real job, I would suddenly be like, okay, I am not an expert, I'm at least somewhat qualified, I can make decisions, I know what I'm doing, blah, 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 blah. Here, look at me doing my job. Ha. I am important and powerful, except slightly less arrogant than that. But what I have learned having this job that I currently have is that never happens. At least it never happened to me. Every time I'm given some new responsibility, I have to still force my head around that fact and just kind of act like I should have responsibility, even though I totally don't feel like it anywhere deep down inside of myself. But I have learned that really, if you just exude confidence, even if you don't feel it like in here or I don't know where else you feel things, then people will believe that you should have the responsibility that you're acting like you have. In short, you have to be a con man. I don't know if you're aware of this, but the phrase con man is actually a shortening of confidence man. Yes, that is a fact. You can Google it. Because the fact of the matter is that we as humans, if someone acts like they have confidence and should be doing something, most of the time we'll just assume that they should actually be doing it. Have you ever seen Catch Me If You Can? First of all, great movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. Second of all, fascinating story of a con man. Anyway, that's a side note. Back to my main point. I don't really know if there's any way to get confidence other than faking it until you make it, to use a really terrible and rhymey cliche that I hate, but I thought it fit in the circumstances. And it's also remarkable how fast I've started to make it. I sent out a couple emails, I organized a couple photographers, with help. I should say I wasn't completely in charge of the photographers by myself, but I did those couple things and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I guess I can do that. And maybe that just means that I needed to test myself and assure myself that I did actually have the capability. I'm not just completely faking it, but maybe I am. You'll never know. Anyway, those are my thoughts for this week. You should totally subscribe so you don't miss any more of my fantastic content. It comes out every Friday and you will love it. See what I did there? I just exuded false confidence. Yeah, tying the theme in together. But let me know down in the commentes section, do you feel like you are qualified to do whatever you do with your life? And if not, how do you get through anyway? Until next week, deuces.